So the C++ programming language, it was developed by the Bjarne Stroustrup. It's an extension of the C programming language. It was a great language, but there were certain things lacking in it, so it's an extension of it, and we can use it to create the high performance applications, and it gives us the complete control over the memory and resources. So it's a great language, and it's the most popular programming language. That's why we are using it, and we can use it in the operating system like the Linux operating system, the Mac operating system, and the Windows operating system. And also we can use it for the backend coding of the microprocessors in embedded systems and much more. The object-oriented programming in the C++, it allows us to reuse our code. And once we learn the C++, we can easily learn the C Sharp, Java, and many programming languages. So it's a good point, starting point. For coding in for the C++ programming, we will need a code editor and a compiler. So the code editor, we write our code and edit it, while the compiler, it translates the human readable code into the machine instructions. So the Visual Studio Code, we will download it and it will be our code editor. We can write any kind of programming language in it. So we will be using it for the C++, but later on we can also use it for the coding in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Python, and we can do the machine learning and much more in it. And the G++ compiler, we will be downloading this as well. So now we are searching the Visual Studio Code. We click on the first link and download for Windows. So if you, whatever operating system you have, you download it for that. And once the file gets downloaded, then we click on the downloaded file, and this will start the installation. So I have already installed it. I'm installing it again. So check these options, click on next, next, and next. And check all these options. Just click on next, and then the installation will start. Once the installation gets complete, our Visual Studio, it will be ready. So now our installation is complete. Click on finish, and this will launch the VS Code. So it's working, and now this is a Visual Studio Code, and everything is fine. Now search the MinGW installed SourceForge. Click on the first link. So click on this and click on the download. So this will download our compiler. So once the download complete, click on the downloaded file, click on install. Then click on the continue, and here we need to check MinGW32 base. So check mark this, mark for installation, and the GNU C++ compiler. So click on that, mark for installation. So we have check mark these two, and now we will be installing it. So installation, apply changes, apply. So this will install and download all the required. files. So now it is extracting the files. So we need to wait till the extraction gets complete. And everything is ready. So our compiler, it is successfully installed. So close this, and now these two things, they are installed. So now we need to go to the C, click on the MinGW. So we need to click on MinGW and then click on the bin. So there we will need the path. So we will copy this path. So click over there, copy the path, and go to my computer, right click, click on the properties, and then search there the system environment variable. So system environment variable, click on this, and there environment variables, click on the path, edit, then click on new, and then paste our path there. So control V, and it is pasted there. Click on the OK. Now the path to our environment variable, it is set. Now we need to check if our G++ compiler is working or not. So in the search menu, type Windows PowerShell, and there type G++. So if we are getting this g++.exe fatal error, no input files, so our G++ compiler is ready, but we haven't given it any input files yet. So now we open any folder we want our files to be saved in, and open that folder in the Visual Studio Code. So this opens this in the VS Code. So we will be writing our code here. But before writing our code, we need to install C++ IntelliSense. It's a great extension for the VS Code, and this will help us when we are writing code. It would be auto suggesting and auto completing our code. So this is an amazing feature, and do consider it for installation. I have already installed it. So now we will make a first programming file here. So click on that and write the name of our program. So in our case, it is Introduction to the C++, and its extension is .cpp, so don't forget that. And we will be writing our code there. So we are writing our first program, and it starts with the hash include iostream using namespace std. So if you are not clear about that and don't understand it, it's okay. For the time being, we are focused on writing our first program. We will be explaining each and everything later on in the next tutorial. So now we are only focused on writing our first program. So cout hello world, this is my first program in C++, and save it, control S, and then click on this play button. So this will execute our program, and here we get our output. So hello world, this is my first C++ program. So congratulations, we wrote our first C++ program.